Okay. So, I'm not talking about those people today, right, like this video. Finally, a change of subject for a second. Well, kind of. But typical witch fashion. Like all they know is lying, deceiving, scheming, plotting. But it's all based on lies and manipulation. These guys, man, I just cannot. I can't even fathom being that way, let alone like making a living that way and being that way all the time, like as a way of life. I mean, they may as well just walk around to everybody. I'm a liar. I'm a professional liar. How about you? You know, that's what they should say if they were honest. We're liars all over here. We're the liar club. Come join us. Come join us. We're the liar club. So, this girl calls me. She's like, Amy, I have got like so much negativity around me, and I'm about to go into something like an important meeting in like 10 minutes. Could you, and there's all this dark energy around me. And I swear there's like 26 spirits. I don't know what to do. It's like overwhelming. Could you clear it for me? Like in the next 10 minutes before I walk into this meeting. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm on it. So I hang up, and this is, it was really manipulative. Let's just say it was just real manipulative, because it was, yeah. Anyway, like I have to protect the information a little bit, but so I was like, I hung up the phone, and God said no, and I was like, no. You've never just said no before, except the last time the redhead came over and you told me no, don't ever let her in your house again. And then I let her in the house and she poisoned me and my cats. So I was like, I've learned to listen to his no, even if that's all he says is no, a huge no. So I was like, well, that's interesting. So I felt into it, and I was like, oh, tricky. She tried to get me to clear her fucking karma. This is what they do. This is how sneaky they fucking are. She tried to get me to clear these probably ancestors of this woman. Like, I already have never trusted her. She screwed with me and my cats and stuff. Like, I knew she was a witch. I knew she was a witch already. I've known for a while. But she really played like an innocent role. She was, oh dear, there's like 26 spirits around me and they're really scary. Could you clear, like she just like it. And I even remember going, wow, this sounds kind of fake. Like, this has a fake tone to it. I'm starting to really pick up on that quick now. And so anyway, yeah, she was trying to get me to clear her karma. She's being haunted by all these other people, probably my ancestors, as well as other people she's trying to screw over. She wanted me to clear that for her. And I'm like, I can't believe, and tried to pull one over on me. Do you know how bad that is? That is a huge no-no. That is a huge no-no. So I started laughing with God, and I'm driving down the road talking to him, and I just started laughing and laughing. I was like, dude, this is like too much fun being a chosen one. Like this is, I was like, all right. The 26 of you, bravo. Wonderful job. Keep it up. I had 100 more. 100 more. Bring it on, guys. Come on. Really go after her. You're doing a fantastic job. And I cheered them all on. And I was like, come on, guys. Anybody else who wants to go after her, come on. Like, you got to really, really give it to her now. And I was like, and severe judgment. I call judgment. Severe judgment. Severe, extreme judgment on this woman who tried to manipulate a chosen one. So, there. And I have that authority, guys. I have that authority. So, oh my gosh, I was like, God, is it okay that I'm laughing at this? Like, I'm having too much fun. And he's like, you could laugh. So, but you have to show respect sometimes with some of this stuff. You have to be sensitive sometimes, but between him and me and you guys right now, oh my God, that was the best. That, catching a liar at a trick like that, hopefully that teaches a lesson to her. And all of you watching, if you're witches or warlocks or whatever you are. I am a warlock. Oh God, these guys and their egos. I don't go around, I'm a chosen one. But it does have its perks, I'll tell you. I even said, I was talking to my crew, and I was like, you guys, like, I've never been so fearless in my life. Like, I used to be so scared with PTSD and stuff like that. And I was like, you guys have completely cured me of all of that. And I was like, but that's not me. I'm not taking any credit for that. I was like, you guys are the freaking gangsters, man. You guys are badass. Like, whoever I have on my team, like, I just want to thank you guys because you guys are really taking care of business. You guys are so freaking incredible. And you've had to do, like, so much to so many people for me. I'm just thanking you profusely. And then they told me somebody I had on my crew. Oh my God, I was just, oh shit. Oh my God, you guys. Have you guys, oh shit, can I tell? Yes, okay. Have you guys, well, you know what? No, none of the bad guys are gonna know who this is, which is perfect, because they would never read a book like this. There's a series called, the rest of you are going to just die laughing if you've read this book. There's a series called The Ringing Cedars by Anastasia. And Anastasia, she gets all these like FBI agents or people think they're going to go steal Anastasia for her powers and her gifts. And they come for her. And this is a true story. So, and she's in the woods and she's by herself. Just a girl by herself. No weapons or nothing, just like me. Just walks around like normal, naked, because she lives in the woods. She doesn't need clothes or anything. And so they come up to her and they're being all threatening and forceful with her. You're going to come with us. And they grab her arm and she's just like me. Like she is so like me. It's unbelievable. As you read that book, you'll probably think of me. Because especially in this part, they grabbed her arm. And she thought, oh shit, I wouldn't do this if I were you. She wasn't thinking about herself or worried about herself. She was worried about what she knew was going to happen to these guys for doing this to her. And she tried to warn them. Oh, please don't, and she told her crew, like her spirit crew, her gangsters, she's just like, you guys, they don't know what they're doing. They're not going to, she was trying to like calm the situation down and calm everybody down. And she was just like, giving these guys the benefit of the doubt, they were about to bring guns out. They were going to force her to leave no matter what, right? So they really had her cornered, and her guides knew what they were up to because they can read minds and everything. They know the plan that these guys had at hand, as did she. But so there was the standoff that was incredibly uncomfortable. And oh my God, you guys, you know what happened? This blue orb came out of nowhere and they all got their fucking hair stood up everywhere. And they were like, what is this? I don't know what it did. It pulsated or something. It waited for a minute and it was kind of reading everybody, kind of scanning everyone. That thing zapped everybody in one moment, in a pulse. Boom. Okay, I hope I can say I'm just going to say it. I hope I can on YouTube. I don't know. I'm going to say it as politely as I can or as non-rude or whatever. I'm going to try not to offend anybody when I tell you the story, but it's outrageous. This blue orb pulses everybody. No weapon or nothing. He just boop. He just boop. All of a sudden, all of them are in some kind of reality where they're there, but they go through a simulation right there. This all happens in front of her. She's watching the whole thing. She was in shock. They start running around building a house. Some of them were building a house, and then another was raping a woman that was pregnant or something. And then rapidly everybody grew up very fast. Like the baby popped out of the mom that was raped, and like then the baby grew up, and then the baby did something horrible, like stole from somebody who lived in the house, and then it started all over again. Everybody grew old and died, and they started all over again. And then a different guy on the crew of all these are like probably 7 or 8 people were on this crew. Each one of them took a turn being the one raped, the one that got pregnant, the one that had the baby, the one that built the house, the one that made all the windows and grew old and was alone or whatever. You know, all these different stories played out. And everybody had to play a part in every single part of it. It was so, and all of it was really, and it got shitty, like literally shitty. Everybody went in, there was a pond there. They all shit and pissed in the pond and bathed in it. Now these guys were not, they were still thinking like the normal human beings they were. But they were just, their bodies weren't doing anything, that they had no control over their bodies. And they aged rapidly, every single one of them going through the story. Just, it was like living 100 lifetimes in like 5 minutes. As a different part of the story all along, and all of it shitty. All shitty things happening from each individual was having really shitty things happen. They were bathing and they were throwing up from the smell of the shit they were bathing in, and the piss that was building up and building up and building up from almost 100 something years. I mean, it was like, how in the world did this orb even come up with this to these people? They were so terrorized and terrified by this whole experience that only took about 5 minutes. They never spoke of Anastasia ever again, and they never came after her again. If people ask them about it, they just shudder. They just can't even, they like tremble, and they just get like they have PTSD over it. It's one of those things they can't talk about. It was that awful. And that's the fucking dude that's on my fucking team. I got a gangster like that on my team. Anastasia's like, yeah, you know it. But she also said that's because of your pure heart. The more pure you are, the more badass protection you have like that. So she said it's only because you were so pure. So she said you earned him. You earned him on your team. So when I found that, I was laughing so hard. I was like, oh, dude, these people who are doing this to me, like, they're so screwed. I can't even imagine. Because they're doing it on purpose, even though I've warned them and everything. I've given them every opportunity to stop it. There are some smart ones that ran from the hills, and there are some, there are other ones that are, like, trying to warn these. I know that I see cards and everything. God tells me. He's like, there are people backing out of this. There are more people on your side than theirs. Like, everybody's, like, backing away from these people going, I don't want to have anything to do with this that's about to hit these guys, Anyway, I'm just thinking about out loud, sharing with you guys what I was just driving down the road thinking and talking to God about. So I thought that was pretty funny. And that was pretty fucking sneaky, that girl. That was pretty fucking sneaky. Damn. Trying to get me to take on her karma, or clear her karma for her. God, I'm so glad that God was like, no. Do you guys remember that guy that... Oh, don't even try to date me. If you're trying to screw me over, if you're some kind of warlock and stuff, if you do black magic, fucking don't even try it. I'll go ahead and try it. It'll be wonderful entertainment for me if you want. Oh, God. So I go on this date with this guy, and we're having dinner. This is in Boulder, Colorado, when I lived there. This is how protected I am, you guys. So we're having a great time. I liked him. I thought he was cute. He was funny, and it was going well, except he kept looking at the waitress. And I was like, oh, they got a thing going on, because he worked there. He was like a chef at this Italian place or something. But I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, well, guys look sometimes or whatever, but it was still, you could tell they had kind of a flirty thing going on, kind of thing. And I was like, I don't like that. Yeah, that's not cool. So I already was thinking that, but I was still like, okay, well, he's talking about taking me to the next place. You know, it's one of those things where you walk down the promenade or whatever in Boulder, the walk. And there's all these places you can go and you can have drinks or whatever. We were going to go to the rooftop next, and he was talking about, and I'm going to keep you drinking all night. And yeah, I know what that means. I'm going to keep you drinking all night. We're going to the rooftop, you know, this next stop or whatever. And I was going to do that and everything. And then I look over at him, and we're talking, and I look over this way, and I look at him, and I see the word player written in cursive right across his face. Player. And I almost laughed. I was like, oh. oh, okay, all right, thank you, God. And I just like politely dismissed myself, or no, I think I continued on the date with him. I think I did, but I didn't drink anymore. I stopped drinking, and I didn't give him very much more information about myself. I kind of just started really pulling away and detaching, and I just wanted to get out and have a nice time that night. And so I just used took advantage of whatever I could, and then got the hell out of there and never dated him again or nothing. So, and of course I paid for myself. I wouldn't do that to take advantage of somebody or whatever, but at least I think I did. I mean, I'm pretty good about keeping things fair and everything, but I wanted to get out and have a good time. You know, I didn't want to stop my night when there was this place up on the roof that had this beautiful view. It was amazing and really cool music. And yeah, back in the day when I used to have a really good time going out and stuff. That's been a long time, a really, really long time. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you guys and give you guys a good laugh too. Can you believe she did that? God, people are going to have to learn in the days ahead. You have to be honest. No matter what it is or how bad it is or whatever, you just have to. She would have done so much better, and she wouldn't have gotten 100 more spirits on her, and she wouldn't have got judgment on her like she did if she wouldn't have lied. You know, she could have just called and been like, dude, I think I just got a bunch of karma or something on me. I have all this shit coming down on me. And, could you help me out? Then I would have been like, well, we could have looked into it and I would have looked at anything that she could do, or just give her advice on dealing with it, or giving her, I would start healing yourself on this subject or that. I would have tried to help her if she was honest, but she totally tried to play me. So I got no respect for that at all. And she tried to use her work. She tried to make it about her work too, to get me hooked, because I care about where she works. So I was like, that was pretty damn manipulative. So anyway, okay. And I hope she watches this, because I know all about you. I've known for a while. So you better start getting honest with people. It's not time to be a liar anymore. You guys got to change your ways. Okay, bye.